Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing another theory. So in this theory we'll be discussing the fire ending in Security Breach, what that means for if Vanny is Vanessa, and I'll be discussing like what really happened, the way like Vanessa was looking down after like Freddy like threw himself off the roof with Vanny. We'll be discussing how Vanessa was still on the roof. So yeah, we'll be discussing that in today's video. So yeah, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to smash the like button down below. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So basically, in the fire ending, when Freddy threw himself off the roof, like to sacrifice himself in order to save Gregory, he also kills Vanny. So he kind of like sacrificed himself to save Gregory and to kill Vanny, or so we think. So when Gregory takes off Vanny's mask, Vanessa is there, which is the official like confirmation that Vanny is Vanessa. Because like the whole game, we were just getting hints of, oh, are they the same person? Who's Vanny and Vanessa sounds very similar. Oh, are they the same person? We don't know. But yeah, obviously when Gregory takes off the mask, it is official confirmation that Vanny is Vanessa. So yeah, that's our first. It was like our first confirmation that they were the same person. But a lot of people seem to think otherwise, especially with like the CDs. But what I think is, what if Vanessa? Like I heard a lot of people saying, oh, what if Vanessa's a clone? Yeah, it's really confusing, if I'm honest. I do not think she's a clone. But yeah, I don't think she's a clone, so I've pieced together some info why I think she's not, and what I think the game is symbolizing when she's on the roof. So basically, what I think is, after Vanessa or Vanny is pushed off the roof, I think Vanny and Vanessa die there. I do think that they do die, because everyone's like saying, oh, how is she back in the security uniform while looking down? Like, oh, are they the same person? I don't think they are. There is very good evidence of how they could be different people, but I think they are. I don't get why they would be different people. And basically, what I think, it's a very controversial opinion on what I think, but when you see Vanessa looking down on the whole action scene of Freddy's body and Vanny's body, I'm guessing, I think that's Vanessa's soul basically stuck in the pizzeria, because basically in the fire ending you don't do the whole princess quest minigames. That's for like the good ending, I think it's called, which you play through the princess quest games to free Vanny's soul. But I think that Vanessa's soul is stuck in the Pizzaplex, and then obviously that leads to the ending. We'll play the Princess Quest games to like free her from Afton. I think that's what happens. Like, I'm gonna get into why I think Vanessa and Vanny are the same person, so let's get into those. So I'll read these off here. First, we never see Vanny and Vanessa in the same like scene or good scene, or like, you know, you never see them in the game together in one scene. It's always either you see Vanny or you see Vanessa at the night guard. It's never like both the same. Freddy clearly states that their names are similar when Vanessa calls Gregory back. Before you have to leave at 6 AM, she says a very suspicious voice line, which we'll play now.
Hey, little man. Do you know what time it is? The doors are open. Why are you still here? You plan on moving in, or you just want a job? Maybe join the internship program. You would make a great security guard. Gregory, I think you deserve a reward. Go check the main stage.
And also, it is in the CDs, Vanessa says that she's making a rabbit costume, which, you know, kind of confirms it, if you want to say that.
That's true. So, on your breaks, it looks like you were shopping for a costume. You purchased some fake fur material. What are you gonna make? What was that? Did you say the costume is a secret? Why is that?
I can't talk about this. He said he would always be watching. He could be here or there.
But there is arguments with the CDs, is that because there are two different people being interviewed. It is the numbers 71 and 46. These are confusing a lot of people, including myself. But while I was writing up this theory, there was a load and a load of like points I had that kind of contradicted themselves when I read on into the CDs. It was very confusing. I don't think they're even really solved just yet. It's very confusing even for me, and I'm obsessed with FNAF. Like, I know it top to bottom, but it's still confusing for me. I still don't really get it. But I do think that both people are Vanny or Vanessa, and basically because 71 is the only one who talks and 46 is silent the whole time. And if you're wondering what I mean by 71 and 46, either before I said that or now, you are seeing like the photo of the CD player or the record player or whatever you want to call it, and it says 71 in one CD or it says 46 in another CD. It's very confusing, but 71 is definitely Vanessa, because as you hear, Vanessa progressively gets more disturbing and disturbing as she keeps talking about the bunny costume. And then I think in one tape, just off the top of my head, she says I still hear him or something like that. She says something along the lines of that. There's a different therapist every single time, so it's very confusing. Like, is one like there? I think there could be a possibility that Vanessa kills a therapist, and that's why there's new therapists. I could be wrong. That could just be a thing. I just chucked that into the ring. She could have easily just killed them, and obviously it would have put more suspicion on her, but she could have killed them. I don't know. I doubt it, but she could have killed them. I do think 46 is a younger version of Annie, but it's very confusing and very hard to like differentiate the two of them, because 46 is silent, and the reason I think it's a younger Vanny is because there's lines like this.
And I'm surprised by your knowledge of computers. You're something of a phenom. Do you know what that word means? It means you have unusual skill, like a hacker. I assume you know what a hacker is. Yes? Do you think of yourself as a hacker?
Where, you know, the therapist would say a certain word and ask, oh, do you know what that means? Do you know what I mean? It'd be simple enough words, and go, oh, do you know what that means? So I do think there's a possibility that was either a younger Vanny or just a younger person in general. But there's other things that kind of like contradict that point. I do think they're the same people. I'm just gonna go through some of the points. Like this is kind of like the most confusing theory video I've probably ever gonna make. But I do think that the reason why I think they're different people, they are the same people, is because when she was younger, Vanny, it says in the CDs that Vanny was like taken by her dad after like a law or a court case, so to say, with her parents. But then later on in the tapes, it says that never actually happened. But I will get into why I think they say that, oh, it never happened. I think Glitchtrap wiped the files, if I'm being totally honest. But I'll get into the reasons why I think they are the same people. I'm sorry if I'm kind of rambling on. I'll try to make this as clear a point as possible and what I think. So I'm going to be reading off the script. So yeah, let's get straight into it. I think Vanessa is both people, because 46 is a younger version of Vanny. As in one of the CDs, at one point 46, the therapist states that 46 loved the flowers, and then in a 71 tape that they didn't like flowers. This would have led to being different people, right? But I don't think so, as if you listen to the CDs. Vanessa had an extremely rough childhood, as I went on and said, with their parents that would clearly have an effect on a person and like change their mood, how they have an outlook on life. But what people's argument with that would be that, oh, her files get wiped, and that never happened later on in the CDs. Now, I do think that is Glitchtrap, because let's be honest, Glitchtrap is a virus. It gets into files and then got into the VR game, got into Fanny's mind, and then hacked everything. It's not like yes, it's William Afton, but it's a virus containing William Afton's soul. Somehow he's managed to put his soul into a circuit board. I don't know how, but yeah, I think it's him wiping the files, because if he wants full control, he's obviously not going to want Vanny finding out about her past that could possibly bring back a bit of her consciousness. It's obviously gonna put his like whole plan at threat of wanting to have full control over her mind. So in my theory, I think that when Vanessa looks down at Freddy from the Pizzaplex, I do think that is the good remaining part of Vanny's soul, which is stuck in the Pizzaplex, because in the fire ending, as I said, you don't complete the Princess Quest minigames, which frees Vanessa in the good ending. So to summarize this theory, this will be a short theory video, but I think Vanessa is Vanny. The two numbers being talked in the therapy are both Vanessa, a younger and older version. Glitchtrap wipes her files on her parents to have no trace of her out in public, and when Freddy sacrifices himself, we see Vanessa on the top of the Pizzaplex, which is ultimately her soul, which we eventually free by doing the Princess Quest minigames and the good ending. So that's a little quick theory video, but I do think, as I said in the summary, Vanessa and Vanny, same people. I think it's obvious. It's clearly, I'm pretty sure if it's confirmed. But the whole thing of people saying, oh, what if they're clones? Yes, we have seen clones or robot versions of people in FNAF, like in the books. I think was it Charlie? I haven't read all the books now. I'm pretty sure it was Charlie who turned out to be a robot. I could be wrong on that one. So people in the comments let me know. But I know for 100% that there was, I know 100% fact there was someone in the books who was a robot person, and that their dad or whoever built different versions of that person. For like, they built a child version, then a teenage version, then an adult version, then an elderly person. I think version of that person. I said that version and person. Oh my god, that's a tongue twister. I said version and person a lot in that sentence. Oh well. But yeah, I do think they're the same person. But I don't think she's a robot. There is obviously theories of Gregory being a robot. If Gregory's a robot, please don't be a robot. That is the dumbest thing that could come out of the game if he turns out to be a robot, because it just kind of diminishes his character. But we can leave that for a different video. Obviously, you heard my little theory there of Vanessa and Vanny, but that is just a little backstory to what I think is actually going to happen. So we're getting DLC for Security Breach, right? Now, it's not clear what this DLC would be, but I have an idea. So I think the Afton ending, the so-called true ending, is not the canon ending. I don't think that's the canon ending. I think the canon ending is the good ending when you free Vanessa with the Princess Quest minigames that I've gone on to ramble on about over the past 12 minutes or so. I do think that's the canon ending. In DLC, I think Vanessa, Gregory, and Freddy are all going to come back to the Pizzaplex, because Afton is still in there. Because in the true ending, Afton gets taken away. For some reason, I just have something in the back of my head saying that the true ending is not the canon ending. I think that could just be there for you. It could be the canon ending, yes. Either or could be the canon ending. It's very confusing, but one of them is there for DLC purposes. And I think it's the good ending that's there for DLC purposes, because I think the DLC is going to be going in and actually getting Vanny getting her revenge on Glitchtrap or Afton, whatever you want to call him. I do think she's going to get her revenge on him in the DLC. I also think we're going to see Rockstar Bonnie in the DLC, or what remains of him, should I say. We're going to see something lore related in this DLC for sure. That's like you saw in the Curse Dreadbear DLC in the VR game. We literally got confirmation of Vanny in that DLC. So we're either going to get something huge, or it's going to be something minor, but we're going to obviously have to wait a long time for that DLC, I'm imagining. But I do think, to summarize this little theory video, Vanessa and Vanny, obviously same person. And yeah, the whole thing of Vanessa looking down on the Pizzaplex when it's burning, that's her soul stuck in the Princess Quest minigames, and we have to go free her in the true or in the good ending. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Sorry if that theory video was a little ramble on kind of theory. I just wanted to kind of try and get somewhat complicated with theories, but I tried to make it as clear as I possibly could. Sorry if it's a bit, ramble on or a bit hard to understand. But yeah, hopefully if you just listen to my summary of the theory, it, you know, clears it up a bit. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy this theory video, make sure to smash the like button down below. Let me know what you think of this little theory video, of what you think Vanessa and Vanny really are, what you think is going to happen in DLC 1. Hopefully there's going to be multiple DLCs. I really hope there is, but I doubt it. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, guys. Have an amazing day.